project we propose is mainly talking about like maybe 50 years later, 30 years later, 20 years later, more like futuristic stuff. And so we have our own title, it's called Hospital Express. The concept is mainly talking about hospital with living, all combined together will be a future living model. And so the concept here we like flip it around is people used to go to the doctor when they were sick, and now we think that maybe we will let the doctor come to you. So we use the title Hospital Express. And for our project, we have a process in 3 stages. These three stages, I'll explain to you that stage 1 we think is house maintenance. And house maintenance is like you'll have, as you can see here, this is the community that we propose, and every unit it will split into two spaces, and one space is the living space that ordinary house will have, and another unusual thing is the hospital space. So in this hospital space in stage 1, when every day you wake up in the morning, you can have a daily check in the hospital space with an easy interface that's linked to a database in the community's network. You will check your daily body condition and maybe a professional advice of how can you stay healthy. So maybe it will advise you to get some more kind of nutrition or some more exercise that try to remind you to stay healthy. And by the way of doing so, we think that will like avoid you from sickness. So the sentence that we offer here is that precaution is more important than cure. So if you're more aware of your health, then the less the sick you will get. So that may also save some resources, medical resource and human resource for going to see a doctor and to live a healthy life. But accident always happens, so we have stage 2, that's remote diagnosis. For example, if you got cold or got sick or got stomach problem or got injury, the hospital space will provide you an interface that is linked to a remote doctor that's far away that can give you a diagnosis on like a face-to-face chat on the internet through the interface. So the doctor will check your status and give you some instructions and you can use some handy equipment or some medicine that's natural. Well, we want it to be natural because we think that nowadays the pills are so chemical, artificial, so maybe some pollution will be made caused by this artificial way of making the medicine. And so at stage 2, the doctor will give you advices, so you can use handy equipment, medical equipment, basic ones, and medicine to cure yourself. And by doing so, you don't need to really go to a hospital, to a space that doctor give you some diagnosis. It's the remote diagnosis that save us maybe space, energy, because if you go to the hospital today, you have to waste the illumination, the air condition, or any kind of energy that could be wasted in that space. And maybe the time that you saved for going to a hospital because it's already in your house. And maybe human resource that doctors will not be so many of them. There only can be a few that's so professional that you can cure everything maybe. So yeah, that's stage 2 that we propose. But stage 3, it means that if an emergency or a surgery or face-to-face diagnosis is needed, and the thing that we propose is medical kit device. It's like a transportation that will. So we'll have human demonstrate here. So when things got serious, the remote diagnosis will like judge how bad it is, and maybe they'll go up to stage 3, and they will like arrange the more professional medical equipment you need from the central building here. So here are the units, and the central building is like the new hospital that we have in mind, that it's like a storage of high professional medical equipment. So unlike the hospital today, it's only a storage that keep all the equipment there, like a equipment rental shop, not shop, service. So the kit will like take the doctor and all the equipment that's needed for the situation up to your unit and plug in. When the plug-in happens, the energy, the equipment is power supplied by the unit. So it's like plug in a plug and everything works. So doctor come out to the hospital space and have the room to do the surgery. So unlike the hospital now, there is a space and equipment is there and doctor is there and you have to do things there. But we here separate two stuff, the space and the equipment. And the hospital is happening when those two are combined. And so so we think that the plug-in method treatment can efficiently reduce spaces and equipment that may be repeatedly used due to similar medical departments. It means that maybe some similar medical department, they have same equipment, but because of the space they have for each, so maybe the same equipment will be used twice or triple something. So if we have this rental stuff and this is only for the emergency call, so maybe we will have a device, only one, that is you can use it every time and reusable, not reduce the repeat use of the equipment, and maybe the doctor, the human resource as well. So yeah, so if you can, the thing that we think about the central building is that all the equipment is kept there, so maybe the recycle procedure is convenient to process in here, because now hospitals are like placed in different places. The gather procedure is much harder than you just gather in one place. So also, if we save that much resource or human resource, then maybe we can use the thing that we save to make a new kind of procedure that can really reuse the medical stuff, because we know some medical device may be contagious and have to be disinfected, then we can use it again. But nowadays the hospital maybe think the cost is too much, so they just burn it and made it new, and that's a wasting. So if we doing the hospital in this way, maybe we can save the money or save the resource to do a more complete procedure to reuse medical consumables. So there are analysis that is really low, because yeah, it's low. So there are 5 indicators that we think is suitable for our case. The first is material reutilization, the second is energy consumption, and third is sustainable energy usage, and fourth is space saving, and fifth is social responsibility. For the material reutilization, it's like what I just proposed. We think that if we save that much resource and money, maybe we can develop a more complete disinfect procedure to let the medical devices to be reusable again. And by the concept of equipment renting, like by rendering, you can use it repeatedly again. So it's much, that's about our concept of reutilization. And energy consumption is that we go to hospital today, we have to use the illumination, the air conditioning, and everything that needs electricity. But in here, you only need, for circumstances that, for certain situations that you need equipment to be power supplied. So maybe we think that the energy consumption is less than the hospital nowadays. And the sustainable energy usage, well, it's a proposal that maybe 30 years, 50 years later, that solar power and geothermal power will be used very frequently. So we think that the community is all use the sustainable energy. And for space saving, it's like I said, nowadays hospitals that have they have to have big space for different departments to have room for surgery or for diagnosis. But in here, it's only your house and the central building, and that's all about the hospital. So we think we save a lot of spaces here. And for the social responsibility, in the way that we present it is like everyone get a chance to have a medical service for themselves at your home. So you don't need to worry that the hospital is too far away or the charge is too expensive for you. It's like taking good care of every each of us. So maybe the social responsibility will rise for this circumstance. So that's our marks. And the shape we do it, our design is like a gathering outlook, so that maybe it's a cycle stuff in our community that can survive in the city, in the country, in the island, something. Yeah, and that's all about our presentation. Thank you very much.